What's up, guys? This is Johnson Jajoute coming at you from NPR Endurance in Langhorne, PA. I get asked this question a lot: how to properly wrap your hands. All right, there's only really two ways to wrap your hands. Yeah, you get a lot of people like, I know how to wrap hands and stuff like that, but most of the time people are just winging it, and obviously what works for them, stuff like that. And if they can't really break down to you what they're doing, that's what they're doing. They're winging it. All right. So here's one way to wrap your hands. Now, when you see the hook here, this obviously goes over your thumb, and you see two sides here, and you're wondering which side is down. Normally, the part that shows the seam and the stitching, that's the part that goes down against your skin, all right? And the part that's all fine and put together, that's the part that goes up. Some hand wraps, you'll see, it'll say this side is down, all right? And that's the side you basically face down towards the hand for the wrap, and that's the side you always want face down. So when you finish wrap your hand, when you get to the end, the Velcro and the strap meets together, all right? But this one is a regular hand wrap, so you want the seam part to face down on your hand. So what you're gonna do here is throw the hook on your thumb, like so, all right? And then you're gonna go around your wrist here once, and you're gonna go around your wrist again. Now, when you're wrapping your hand, guys, you always you gotta remember to stack your wraps, like over-layer them, like halfway on top of each other. Do not stack them where you're kind of like just putting one wrap on top of each other, like so. You want to cover as much of your skin as possible when you're putting down the wraps, all right? So when you're laying it down, you're going around your wrist once, you're going around your wrist again. As you're going around your wrist the second time, you're going to come up, all right? And I'm going to go around my knuckle once. I'm going to come back around, and I'm going to go around again and go around towards the back of my hand palm here once, all right? Now, here's another important part, guys. Now, what I'm gonna do here is bring the wrap down here towards my thumb, and I'm gonna be pulling in this direction, right? As I come back around, my wrists come around the back of the hand, and I come back around the thumb again, I'm gonna be pulling in the opposite direction now. Why I'm having a wrap pull in one direction and the opposite direction is basically to stabilize my thumb, to keep it from being jammed, all right? So while you guys do that, it's very important that you want to stabilize that thumb. Why is it important to stabilize that thumb? I've been boxing since 2002. Never jammed my thumb yet, you know. And if you jammed your thumb before, it's because you're not doing that, all right? So it's very important for that part of the wrap here. Now, once you've wrapped around the thumb here, second time pulling it in the opposite direction, you're gonna go back around the knuckle here 3 times, all right? So I'm gonna go 1, 2, and 3. Now, once I've gone 3 times around the knuckle, I need to keep this little padding here I've created in place. So I gotta go between each finger now. I'm gonna start with the pinky hand. I'm gonna go through here. I'm gonna go through the middle and middle and ring finger. And I'm gonna go through the middle and index finger, all right? Now, once I've gone through each finger here, I'm gonna come back down again, and I'm gonna go around the knuckle to keep those wraps in place, all right? I'm just gonna go around it just once. And now I'm gonna come back down to the wrist here. Once I come back down to the wrist here, I'm basically gonna create an X pattern. So I'm gonna come down here with one X, I'm gonna come around the wrist and come back with the second X. All right, then go around down again. And I'm gonna finish off with the wrap around the wrist. And the reason I wanna create this X, guys, because I wanna make this hand with my wrist area as compact as possible, all right? It should feel like a light cast when you come around, because this shouldn't be too easy for you to do. You want your hand to be nice and compact and straight. And if this is very easy to do, have you ever sprained your wrist hitting a bag before or sparring? It's because of that. Because you're probably layering too much around your wrist and probably putting too much layer around your hand, but not doing an actual cross to make it more compact. So there's very little room there for it to be flexible so you could sprain your wrist, all right? And then you're gonna finish off with the final wrapping around the wrist, and then you're done. That's it. That's one basic way to tie your hand wraps. All right, guys, good work.